Welcome to Common Sense Wellness with Dr. Gary Martin, the show that helps you take control of your health with clarity, confidence, and practical wisdom. Dr. Gary Martin has spent decades in clinical practice and natural wellness research, discovering that the key to lifelong vitality lies in understanding the body's signals before they become symptoms. Each week, we will explore simple science-backed methods like mineral testing, facial scans, and lifestyle adjustments that help you restore balance from the inside out. You'll also hear from expert guests and real clients who have turned their health challenges into stories of transformation. No gimmicks, no fads, just common sense wellness that works. Now, here's your host, Dr. Gary Martin.
Disclaimer, no diagnosis or treatment for disease is intended. Any observations or comments made by me are for general educational purposes only, and they simply represent my personal opinion regarding what I would do if I personally had the same concerns as the person voicing the question or comment. Please see a licensed health practitioner for all diagnosis, treatment, and information concerning prevention, cure, or restorative health care. I hold DN, DSC, PhD, DNM, and PhD degrees. I am not a medical doctor. I'm not a licensed health practitioner by choice. This information is for educational purposes only. It is not meant to cure, treat, prevent disease, nor prescribe, nor to be used for diagnosis. Please be aware that you accept all risks associated with any of the protocols that we discuss. In this segment, I walk through how we actually measure protein metabolism using nitrate and ammonia nitrogen testing. More importantly, I explain why interpretation matters, where people get confused, and why precision and experience are critical when you're working with biological data.
Would you
for me. All right.
Like when you do the nitrogen and you do that test, could you just tell us the steps you go through?
Well, you take one drop of urine. In the kit, there's this little crucible, ceramic crucible, small. You put one drop of urine in there. You take a reagent that is labeled UES, which stands for Universal Extracting Solution. You put 6 drops of that into the crucible that has the 1 drop of urine in it. You squeeze and unsqueeze, mix it for 30 seconds. Just squeeze, unsqueeze, squeeze, unsqueeze, whatever. Mix it really well. And then you have a well plate, and that has like 12 wells on it. You pick 2 wells, one on top of the other, so that it's the same format as the way we write the test. We write the test, looks like a fraction. We put the nitrate ammonia, which is the blue one, on top, and we put the ammonia nitrogen, which is the yellow one. Or, a way to think of this is, I tell people, is that blue is the sky and yellow is the earth. So the blue one's on top and the yellow one's on the bottom. So you pick 2 wells and you take 1 dropper out of your mix that you just got done mixing. You squeeze out the first drop, because sometimes the first drop is not a perfect drop. And then you put 1 drop of the mix into the center of each of the 2 wells. So now you've got the well plate, and you've got 2 little wells, and you've got a drop of the urine and the UES mix in the center of that.
That part you lost me. But I take 1 dropper full. It's a dropper full.
Well, you just suck up whatever is in a dropper. Doesn't matter. The
first drop I'm going to discard.
Yeah, you squeeze the first drop back into the mix.
Oh, okay.
That way, you have, now you're ready to go. Because sometimes the first drop that comes out of a dropper is not really a full drop. There could be air, there could be whatever. So you just squeeze it back out, and then you put 1 drop in each of 2 wells. Then you make sure that your color chart, I think I have one right here. All right. you have this color chart. Let me hold this up to the camera. See this color chart here. Blue's on top, yellow's on the bottom. So then you put 4 drops from a height. All right, you grab your nitrate nitrogen. You gotta be really careful with this stuff because it'll burn a hole in anything. It's almost pure sulfuric acid. So if you know anything about chemistry, you don't go dropping that on anything, especially your skin or clothing. And I've ruined a lot of shirts with that stuff. So you take the nitrate nitrogen reagent and you suck up into the dropper, whatever, squeeze out a drop, and then you drop 4 drops of that right into the center of the 1 drop that is in the well from a height that is enough height, what's maybe about this much. I don't know what that is, couple inches, 2-3 inches. It's enough height that when the nitrate reagent plops into the little drop, there's kind of like a mixing action, but not enough height that it splatters when it drops. So you just have to figure that out yourself. Okay. So you drop 4 drops of that into the top well and you set your timer for 4 minutes. Then you put that away. You grab the ammonia nitrogen. You do the same thing. Suck up dropper, squeeze the first drop, drop into the bottom one. And then the yellow or the ammonia nitrogen will be one of these designs that you see. It's 15 choices.
One of the color map.
And you match the color. Now you want to do that within 30 seconds. Because at the 30-second mark, the yellow starts to fall out.
So as soon as you put the ammonia nitrogen into now this is a urine sample?
Yeah, it's the urine. It's a mix of the UES and the urine. So as soon as you drop, at about the 30-second mark, you want to look and see which of these yellow designs that there are. The yellow is really easy to do. Okay. The hardest part of the test is to figure out which of these blue ones it is. So here's a tip. Now, this tip is on the page that tells you how to do what I'm just explaining. I'm answering the question, but it's all written down. It's in the binder. Okay. If as soon as you drop the 4 drops of the nitrate nitrogen into that drop, if it just starts turning blue, then you can almost sure that your choice is going to be on this top row. It's going to be one of these dark ones at the end of 4 minutes. All right.
Good or bad?
If it takes a while to form, you can see that it's beginning to form and whatever, then it's probably your choice at the end of 4 minutes is probably going to be one of these middle rows right here. And you can also go by whether or not the blue goes all the way to the edge. If you can kind of see here, you can see that the blue on this goes all the way to the edge, but in the center, I can't really see it there. See how in number 7, in that one right there, you can see how there's white on the outside of the circle. So that's something else that you can go by is like what's going on with the blue. But this is the hardest part of the test, and the only way to get it right is to have done a lot of tests where you end up seeing all the examples. But it's not hard if you use the little technique. And if at the end of the 4 minutes, you look at it and you say, oh my gosh, I can't hardly see anything on here. And you got to really use your pen light or whatever light you have that is over your lab kit, which you should have something there. You say, man, it's a really hard time even seeing anything. Then it's going to be this row here. It's going to be this very light row. And if you can see it, it's very light, very faint. But if you see like number 3, which is the perfect reading, you can see how you can see the circle, but it's very faint. So that's the, and all that is what I just said is word for word out of the binder, basically. So
just let me rehearse it. I take 1 drop of urine, then I take reagent. Now, I'm sorry, is the reagent UES, is that the real caustic one?
No. No.
drops.
I said, I don't understand why we're doing this here when you can read it in the binder.
Of the binder, but because I haven't done it yet.
Yeah, I mean, doing it is where you really learn it. Talking about it in, words floating in the ether.
No, I'm taking it in. This is an approach to teach me, so it is effective.
Okay.
All right, so the reagent, is that to test both the nitrate ammonia and the ammonia nitrogen?
Yeah, you're using the same mix in both wells. You're putting 1 drop of the mix in each of 2 wells.
Oh, okay. All right. Because I have to get the gist of this. So the only sample of mine is my urine, only that 1 drop. And then that gets mixed with the reagent.
Not the reagent.
Right. It gets mixed with 6 drops of the reagent. So the mix is 1 drop of your urine and 6 drops of the reagent. That's your mix.
Okay. And that's in the crucible.
And you do that for about 30 seconds or whatever. You really mix it up really good.
And mix it up, right.
And then you suck a dropper up. Squeeze out the first drop. And then you go plop. Now you're ready to add your ammonia and your nitrogen.
It's more understandable
because I'm afraid of it. That's why.
What's that?
I say it's more clear and understandable if you use, say, universal extract solution.
Yeah, right.
Stands out better.
Yeah, got it. UES, universal extracting solution, right. You got a question, Charlotte?
Well, okay, so we got the 2 wells on top of each other. Top one, it becomes the nitrate ammonia, or I'm adding something to it to make it the nitrate?
Well, when you add the 4 drops of nitrate nitrogen reagent, I think the bottle we give you is I won't go there. When you add the 4 drops, plop, 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 plop of nitrate nitrogen reagent to that drop, it becomes your nitrate nitrogen reading in 4 minutes. And then you put that away, and then you grab your ammonia nitrogen reagent, and you go plop, 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 plop in the bottom well. And then in 30 seconds, that becomes your ammonia reading.
So the bottles say that, nitrate nitrogen reagent and ammonia?
Yes.
That's where I'm afraid of. Okay, so I got to look at the bottle and look at what each bottle says. And then I'm going to take each bottle. I'm going to take the nitrate nitrogen and put that in the top well.
Right.
Squeeze 4 drops.
Right.
4 drops, okay. And so you finish the first top well. You could do that whole transaction. When that's completed, then you move down to the second well.
Right, but you set your timer as soon as you drop the 4 drops of nitrate in. You set the 4-minute timer.
At that moment, okay.
And then you're free to do all the other stuff. See, the way I do it, even though technically the nitrates are the last of the numbers tested, because it takes 4 minutes for the whatever, that's what I do first. And then while that thing is churning, then I go over, I do the sugars, I do the pHs, I do all of this stuff and the whatever. And so I'm done with the test. Then when I get the final 4-minute reading. But in the beginning, we just teach you, all right, do this and then do that and then do that, do that. After you've done a jillion of them, you get smart. You look at it and say, well, why am I waiting? Why am I waiting on this? I should have done that first, and then I can do everything else while that thing's churning. Nitrogen. They're both nitrogen. So a nitrate nitrogen, ammonia nitrogen.
I'm afraid to blow myself up. I know it's silly, but I am like...
Yeah, it's silly because there's no way you're going to blow yourself up.
So each one, we're going to do 4 drops at a distance. That when it plops in, it's going to mix the timer for 4 minutes. And immediately at that 4 minutes, as soon as that bell goes off, I'm going to bring the chart right, have it ready to look at the color and the.
Yeah, but remember, as you're dropping your 4 drops in, you want to just watch what it's doing. Sometimes the nitrate nitrogen is so high that as soon as you drop it in, poof, the whole thing just turns blue. And it never changes. All right. So that's why you want to pay attention to, is it like, okay, I just dropped those 4 drops in and, okay, I can see that it's slowly kind of doing something. That one means it's probably going to be on that middle row.
Okay, and that's better. It means it's
Well, I don't know. It's better. You got to see what the rest of the numbers are to know if it's better or not.
But when you're doing the top one, every color is going to be some hue or shade of blue.
Yeah.
Bottom one.
Right.
On the bottom one, the chart is all yellow, but different shades of yellow.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Blue is sky, high, up. Earth is brown, down. The blue one is the good guy, the good protein. The bottom one's the bad guy.
Oh.
So you never want your top protein to be less than the bottom one because the bad guy is bigger than the good guy.
So each color has a number?
Each color has a number. That's how you get the number.
Oh.
I've always theorized, but I never have had the time to actually go there. There's this instrument called a spectrometer. It measures color. I've always theorized because this is this really is the only part of the test. Well, maybe you could say the cell debris, but that's pretty easy to do. So I don't know what you say that. Technically, it's subjective, yes, but no. But really, this is really the only subjective part of the test. And so I thought, boy, wouldn't it be great if it was true that we don't have to worry about the designs? It really would be the same as if you just had a vial and you dropped your the drops into the vial, and there's some shade of blue. If that could be measured by a spectrometer and tell you exactly what the color range was that you had, and if you did enough tests where you did it the way we do it, and you say, okay, I have a 4, and then you find out that every time you do that, a 4 is within this particular color range as read by the spectrometer. So if you could confirm that all the way up the scale, then what that would mean is we could totally do away with the color chart and having to read. We would just simply put the vial in the spectrometer, flip the switch, and it would say it's 14,780. And then you look and see, well, 14,780 is a 5. So I don't know whether that's even possible, but I thought, boy, it sure would be great to be able to do that. The only thing is, now you're talking money for a spectrometer. I haven't priced them. I don't have any idea what they are, but I got a feeling they're not cheap. And when it comes to the Klein Lab Kit, we're all about cheap.
You want us to do it. You want us to afford it and get at least, hey, if we ever want to graduate to the more expensive one, but you want to afford it.
Right. All right. Any?
You can find YouTube videos showing you how to do that test.
If I had time to do all that stuff, yeah. There's a place for all kinds of videos here. Believe me.
I say there are lots of YouTube videos showing you how to do the urea test.
Oh, there you go, Charlotte.
Pardon me. I had to turn off my oven. I'm sorry. What did I miss?
Dave said that there's all kinds of YouTube videos that show you how to do the ureas. You have an iPad, go to youtube.com and search RBTI or ureas or, that's probably
nobody's like Dr. Martin.
Well, doing the test is doing the test. I mean, doing the test is.
Check out Michael Olstrom.
Say that again?
Michael Olstrom.
Michael
Olstrom.
Well, T-R-U-M.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to spell his name. O-L-Z-T-R-A. It seems like there's an S in there.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not sure. But if you just search for our RBTI, urine and saliva test, ureas testing, I'm sure you're going to get everything you need.
Yes, you will.
Yeah.
The purpose of testing is not to memorize steps. It's to understand what the numbers are telling you. When you learn how to read these patterns correctly, you stop guessing and you start making informed decisions. In the next segment, we will continue connecting these measurements to real metabolic outcomes.
Thanks for listening to Common Sense Wellness with Dr. Gary Martin. To learn more about the testing and resources we discussed, or to find out how you can take charge of your own health, visit BIRI.org. You'll find valuable information, free tools, and ways to connect directly with our wellness community. That's BIRI.org. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe and share the show with someone who's ready to take their next step toward better health.